welcome. I am Whitney Moon. Welcome to my channel. Who resonates and leave the rest behind. These are general messages. Okay. Renee. Oh my God, girl, I have not been on X for like, I don't even know how long, like months. I am so glad you're here. Long time no see. I hope there isn't a message pending there waiting for me, because if there is, my apologies. I wiped the and then I forgot about it, and oh my God. So, all is well. I'm glad you're here, Renee. We are going to see what is going on in the ether today. Oh, got some heavy shit going on. It's raining like a motherfucker for like 2 days straight now, which never rains, so that's super weird. So, let's see what collective's dealing with. All right, here we go. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Woo. Ooh. This card has not come up yet. I drew this card like weeks ago, and it has not been pulled yet. And I went through the deck yesterday, and I was like, there are still cards that have not been seen by anybody else other than me. My sister hasn't even seen them. And one of them just came out, the sack. Okay, and then we've got Cancer with the 4th house here, 6 of Cups, moon energy, and then having reoccurring nightmares. Tossing and turning, 9 of Swords. So I'm guessing what's in this satchel is a bunch of fucking knives. Uh-oh. Honestly, right before I started this, I was thinking about this place where I used to work. And I was like massively abused there by a group of very nasty women. And I don't deal with bullyism at all. I don't care if it's males. I don't care if it's females. I don't care if it's kids. I don't deal with bullies. I don't deal with people abusing me. I just don't. I fight back. And you know, I realized that the other day. I was like, Whitney, you punch back. You bite back. You hit back. Somebody does something to you, and I do something back about it. I always do. And people aren't used to that, or they see me as like giddy or dumb or stupid. I don't know what's going on. And it's because I'm plotting. I know exactly what's going on. My giddyism makes it's that open door for people to either respect or feel like I'm some on cloud 9, or she's just an idiot, or she's an airhead, she acts like an idiot. Yeah, that's what I want people to think for the most part. I usually want people to think I'm an idiot, because then I want to see how they judge me, or how they look at me, or what they say, or if they're going to give me the benefit of the doubt, or if I don't understand something, are they going to explain it, or are they going to go and talk shit, or, you know, look how dumb this idiot is, she can't figure something out, or she can't stop talking, blah, blah, blah. I'm always investigating. I did this interview this one time, and I turned the entire interview around on that guy. I was interviewing him. Know if I wanted to work there or not. He's like, whoa, kind of seems like you're interviewing me. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's how shitty you are at your job, that you have somebody that just walked into your work and started interviewing you and you didn't even know it. Okay, I just did this huge workup with this company for this other company, like a huge job that I had to do to uncover what was going on there, because the boss wanted to know. I want to know what's going on with my work. So everybody thought I was this stupid bartender. Stupid airhead fucking waitress bartender. I don't know what's going on. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Oh, is that what that is? Okay, just to see what they would do, to see what they would say. I had to write this whole fucking report. I had to do this whole fucking thing. Oh my God. Okay, and sometimes, you know, that 2 places came into my head before I started this reading. There's Indrid Cold, the Mothman Prophecies. Okay, so here we go. So you might have seen this coming, something that you were going to have to do. Okay, whatever's in the sack, I believe it's the sword. Like I said, it's the truth. Okay, you go places and you fuck people up. okay, because of your knife. It cuts people, it hurts people, it leaves wounds on people, it does things to people, okay? And they're not really used to that. They're used to putting something on collective, so then they're the ones that end up in the nightmares. You know, so then they're the ones that are tossing and turning at night because these karmics can't deal with what they did to the collective. Okay, people, this world is very big. And when they've lived in this little small fucking place, they don't know life the way that some of collective really does. Because they've never been outside of this town. Some of them are fucking 40, 50 years old. Have never even had their license before. Okay, they've never left their fucking town, or if they've left with people controlling them, people driving them somewhere, people taking them somewhere. They're not in control of shit. They're not driving their lives anywhere. Okay, they're in the back seat. Okay, and then claiming that they're driving. Yeah, okay, then you got your feet up and you're passed out, but you're driving? Pretty sure you've never driven a car in your life, or you wouldn't be doing that. These Tulsa people that program their car and they're like eating on their way to work and shit. I'm like, oh my God, like, do you ever have trust in a machine, but you don't trust people? Trust in a machine, yet you don't, you know, like it just blows my mind, okay, what people put their fucking fate in their life in the hands of. Okay, knowing what could happen. Like, I don't even go to the store without my fucking drink because I don't know what's going to happen on the way to the store. What if something happens to my car? What if something happens to somebody else? What if I usually even take my weed with me? You never know. Okay, I'm still in town. I don't want to get stuck somewhere. I don't want to get stuck in traffic. Or now I'm here. I want my weed with me. I want to drink with me. Okay, this isn't some barren fucking desert. Okay, we don't got to act like we don't have things all around us that we can use to our advantage every single day, but yet we don't because we live so blindly and so dumb and so assured that everything's going to happen just for us and not to us. People need they don't use their heads very well, okay? So, you got somebody, okay? This was all lined up. Oh, geez Louise. There's conspiracy theories. We've got the sperm donor, and we've got the devil. Dun, dun, dun. We also have Crash. So, from the looks of it, you are dealing with somebody, there's some conspiracy theories going around something, and you had to figure out what it was. Okay, because people are saying this, people are saying that, and finally, you're just like, you know what, let's just do it. Like, let's stop going, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Let's just do the investigation. Let's just figure out what it is so that we can fucking move on and stop thinking that we know everything that's going on when really we don't. So I feel like this could have been dream stuff that you just recently did in your dreams, which is why they are nightmares. They're coming up nightmares because when you relive it, it is a nightmare. Okay, when you think about it, it's a nightmare. It's not like, oh yeah, I had this great dream last night. You don't even want to think about it because it was a fucking nightmare. And it kept going on and kept going on and kept going on. Okay, so theories only would mean that you would have had to seen something. Okay, third eye visual, whether a dream, a lucid, a vision, something like that. And you had to do it. Okay, and it's not even like, it's when Indrid comes in, it's not that you have a choice. You don't have a choice in a lot of these things that you have to do with mission. It's just you have to be there at a certain time, and that's it. Okay, there's nothing else more you can do. Okay, you just have to basically like live it out. Okay, so you could have had these nightmares from somebody in your past. Okay, and it's to do with your roots. Like a lot of it is karma. A lot of it is what we bring through with this lifetime. Okay, and with sperm donor, I'm thinking it's possibly a parent. Okay, it's possibly an in and out parent. Somebody shut their load and then they left. Okay, whatever that is, it's just the analogy. Okay, they dropped their load off and they left, and you kind of went, that doesn't look right. You can't just drop your shit off and fucking leave. Like, you weren't here to pick up their demons or to clean up their mess. It's actually the other way around. It's like, it seems like they crashed their car and then they wanted your car. you know, they fucked up their life, and then they came and they said, well, you got to give me yours because that's just the way that this goes. And you're like, but that's not the way that this goes. Like, I'm not just going to give you my life because you fucked up yours. And then they took it anyways, you know, and whatever that means, because it's different for everybody. They took your spot in a group. Okay, they kicked you out of a family. They took your loved ones. They took your spouse. They just took something, the devil, whatever it is, pain inflicted, addiction inflicted, fucking money inflicted, something, just took it away from you. Okay, and you saw that coming. You knew there was a disaster coming, but just because you know the river is going to expand and explode, what can you really do? You can't do anything about it. All you can do is prepare for the outcome of that disaster and hope to God that you did everything that you could do to protect yourself. Okay, this person did not do that. This person was very lazy. They did not try to do anything to protect themselves. They were just really hoping that you would do that, that you would see the premonition, you would tell them about it, and then save them. Okay, but then once you got the premonition and told them about it, they didn't believe you. Now all of a sudden you're a liar. You don't have any gifts. Okay, we don't want to talk to you. Now you're crazy. Okay, oh, before you were listening to what I said and you were taking the advice. Now you're calling me crazy. Oh, how the tables can turn once somebody is not on your side anymore, right? And I got this premonition today about somebody, and basically the analogy was they were asked to work with their ex on a project, and this boyfriend and girlfriend ex pair weren't really even they weren't even really close. Okay, they dated like off and on. Okay, one was more like a fucking Latin lover to the other than anything. It really wasn't anything that, like, they weren't gonna get married and buy a house and have kids. They were a fucking affair that lasted way too long. Okay, and he was asked to work with her briefly on a project that is requiring other people to be there as well. Okay, he was just asked to come in for part of the project to do something and then leave. Okay, he doesn't have to stay. He's just going to be there for a certain part. And he said no. And the way that came through with Spirit was, he's always just going to see my sister as his ex-girlfriend. That's it. Okay, she's not a human to him. She's just an ex. Okay, and that's so sad, because you have these people that have dated you in the past and they won't come near you because you're not anything to them but that thing that they dated. Okay, you could have accomplished monumental things since. Okay, you could have gotten awards, you could have fucking climbed Mount Everest, you could have gotten sobriety, you could have opened up a business, and to them you are still just their ex-boyfriend or their ex-girlfriend. And for the life of them, they have been asked to evaluate you or work with you in some type of way, and they said no, because you aren't anything to them than the person who broke up with them or walked away from them or gave up on them or blah, 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 cry me a fucking river, heaven forbid that they admit they did something wrong. No. It's only going to be collective. You're the thing that did everything wrong. Okay, even if it takes two to tango, no, bitch, you were tangoing by yourself. They couldn't even do anything about it. Blah, blah, blah. And that's cowards. Those are people that mommy and daddy have given them so much, told them that they're perfect, okay? And this relationship tested that perfection, because perfection doesn't exist. It tested their limits. It tested their endurance. It tested their so-called love that really is abuse. Okay, it tested them in ways, and they didn't want to be tested. I don't want to be tested. I told you the truth. No, you didn't. You lied. Even if you did tell the truth, you don't think that you don't get to get tested on that? You don't think love ever tests its source? You think parents never get tested? Of course they do. It's constant. But usually they end up blaming the child and not the universe who's testing them. It's the child's fault. Obviously, let's blame the vulnerable that have no say in the situation as to why mommy is breaking down and can't control her life. Okay, because it's so much easier to put it in a 4-year-old's hands. So much easier to put it in a third party's hands. Put it in the interference. Put it in the thing that you decided to be here, but now you don't want, and you want a guilt trip. Okay, it's very easy to see things, but you're the one that has to be on the outside, and you have to have already admitted everything you did wrong. Because if you don't admit what you've done wrong, when you did it, where you veered from the path, okay, how your darkness affected the situation, if you haven't brought all your shit to the light, okay, you can't expect somebody else to do it. Okay, you can't expect somebody to be some respectful fucking whatever to you while you're being some disrespectful little fucking prick to them. Okay, that's it, it's a two-way street, and people go, oh, this is a one-way street, this is always the way that you want it. No, you're an enabler. Let somebody get control of the situation and didn't say anything because you didn't want to rock the boat. Okay, that rock the boat, like that's the thing. That's what we have to understand. People, I feel like collective right now is ready to crash this shit. Okay, they are ready to be the wave that takes this sailboat down. They are ready to be the raft that these people feel they don't really need to deal with. They're just going to throw you back into it, okay? Because they want you reliving the nightmare of what they did. They're not going to surface to say, hey, yeah, by the way, I did that to you. Okay, they're cowards, right? They can't do that. But then there's lightning. Lightning doesn't care. It crashes. Do you think it goes, oh, hey, by the way, guys, I'm going to land right there. Does anybody mind? No, it fucking lands. Okay, there's prophecy. Those are 2 prophecy cards. There's sickness. Oh, Jesus. With disease, sickness and disease, okay, come on. Like, that's not a coincidence. Okay, there's obviously somebody that is inflicted. Okay, and there is the brainstorm. Okay, with no. Okay, so their ability to brainstorm, get out of the situation, work their way into being a good person, it's not going to happen. Okay, this sickness, and I heard today we've been picking up some energy about some of these people that have been dealing with attachments. These attachments are now coming through their skin. They're becoming visually inclined through the face of these people, okay? And people are going to start changing. Their looks are going to start changing, okay? Because that's the disease that has taken over them for so long that they have not addressed the devil, okay? You told them this would happen. This has already been a prophecy. You already saw this happening. You continue down this road. You continue down this road. This is going to happen to you because they're entitled, because mommy and daddy let them do whatever they wanted, bailed them out every time. They didn't take your warnings and your forecast warnings seriously. And those are those people. You ever watch those shows and they're like, well, we knew the weather was going to be bad, but we figured it would hold off. Well, we watched the weather that day and it said it was going to be cloudy, but you know the Weather Network, they're wrong a lot of the times, and they get stuck in the storm. And it's like, well, what do you think? Why do you think there's a Weather Network? Yes, I know that it can become wrong sometimes. Totally fine. But then be prepared. Get the shit that you need. You want to push the boundaries. You want to push the limits all the time. That's fine. But come prepared then. Don't be that inconsiderate with not only your life, but everybody else's. Okay? You want to be the fucking leader. Be the leader. But don't lead everybody off the edge of the fucking cliff. Okay? Knowing there's so many, man. So watch this show. I Shouldn't Be Alive. Because let me tell you, there are so many people that know they're going in the wrong direction. They know that something's wrong, and they continue anyways, okay? And they'll go, this little voice in the back of my head told me, and I knew I was going the wrong way, but I didn't let anybody else know, and I knew that they were all looking at themselves going, something's wrong, but nobody said anything, and then they all almost died. And it's like, you're going to let your pride get that high that you're in a life or death situation and you won't say, hey, by the way, let's turn around. Hey, by the way, maybe I made the wrong decision, right? But no, they can't. That ego, that pride is so fucking high that you see it coming. And that's the thing, is some people, they can see it coming and they choose not to go. Some people feel that gut reaction and go, I ain't going out there today. I'm not going out. Oh man, there was this little voice that said, go out yesterday. Oh, go out, go drive it around, go do this and go do that. And tell me how 5 minutes later, there was this crack of lightning above my house that was so fucking loud. It shattered the entire town. I thought it was going to come through the fucking roof. And I went, yeah, go drive around in this. And it was basically a fucking hurricane yesterday. But yeah, go driving around. That's the thing, is when, you know, because a lot of us are so sensitive to sound, okay, we hear things. Okay, and it sounds sometimes like a great idea. You know, who doesn't want to go shopping? Who doesn't want to go jump into the car and go to the mall, or jump in the car and go, you know, get some lunch or whatever? But then you're like, why are you telling me to get into the car right now? Why am I being told to go and drive around? I don't want to do that. I'm doing something right now. I didn't plan on going to do that. Why are you telling me to go and do something like this? It's because they want to put something on you so then you'll crash the car and they won't. Like, that's what I was feeling yesterday. I felt like somebody was getting protection when I went around and drove around in my car. I felt like, okay, so somebody wants to drive when it's very dangerous weather and they expect me to keep them safe while I'm out there driving. But if I'm not out there driving, who's keeping them safe? Nobody. Because there are people living in your energy, taking your karma, knowing that you've got this safety or this helmet or these ancestors around you that keep you safe. And they'll do that. They'll want you to come places. They'll want you in their car. They'll want you sleeping in their tent and they're, you know, sleeping with them or staying with them because they know what you have with you. And then they got this. They got a big old buckshot disease. Okay, but you're clean and clear. And you can hear things, and they can't. They just hear how much they hate everybody and how much this trip sucks, and they're cold, and their feet are wet, and they don't have any cigarettes, and they're, oh my God, everything that takes away from the devil. I can't go shopping. I can't go do. So maybe you're going to get an alert to go and do something, and you decide not to. Okay, I'm not going out shopping. Okay, and I knew that was bullshit to go out and get shopping. They wanted me to go pick something up, and I went to that store today. And it wasn't even ready. And I was like, see, I knew that was bullshit. Like, you wanted me to go somewhere to pick something up prematurely, which means I would have gotten to the car, went to the store, and it wasn't even there yet. And I stumbled upon it today. I was out. I needed to do some shit. The weather was awesome. So I went out and I went, you know what? This store is here. I'm going to check it out. And I ended up getting something that I honestly... No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. There was only one thing there. I needed about 4 or 5 different things. So I put everything down and I was like, no, I'm going to get this and this instead. And I left the store. And then I remembered, holy fuck, they wanted me to drive here yesterday in the middle of a fucking thunderstorm to get something that wasn't even there yet. Okay. And that's how these prophecies come through sometimes, is it's not always, you know, what you hear is exactly what you need to do. There are things that will fuck with you. There are things that once they know that your channel is open, they'll just start veering you off and telling you that people don't like you, telling you that people do like you who don't like you, telling you that the people who don't like you do like you. Okay, there's going to be a lot of fuckery because that's how they try to alert you. Okay, they'll try to get you to do things that you don't normally do, but you do. It's not that far off the beaten trail that you would do something, but then they push it and they push it and they push it. And until you're like, I didn't even want to fucking be here. And now I'm in this. Okay, that's where Spirit is like, we told you not to leave. We told you not to go. Okay, you could go when you don't have to fight so much. Okay, like imagine some of those places that you went in the past where you didn't even want to go, and then there was traffic. Okay, and then there was a storm, or then there was a blackout. Okay, or then you got hurt, or then you got robbed, or you lost your purse, and you're like, I fucking told you I didn't want to go. Okay, and that's this thing, these people that want you to go so that nothing happens to them. Okay, you're still gonna get robbed. Something's gonna happen to you, but it's not gonna happen to them. Okay, so this is a very weird energy. Ace of Cups. So now we got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, and now the Ace of Cups is on, and not the Ace of Swords. So now you don't have to. Maybe your mission is going to change a little bit. There's the garbage can. because it's done. It's over with. Okay, it's you put it in the garbage. The fucking task is over. You don't got to look at it again. Okay, and there's the volcano and witchcraft. Like, why does it always have to be witchcraft? And look at magic right there. The big and beautiful, magical black cat. Fuck you. They probably sacrificed a black cat to try to kill you. I saw ritual. I'm looking at the word ritual. And then sacrifice. And then look what's underneath it. I wouldn't think sacrifice unless this was with it. Justice in reverse. With horrible choice and the scarecrow. They might have done something in a cornfield. Because corn was just harvested. So a lot of crops were just harvested. I noticed today a lot of fields are empty. A lot of them have been brushed now, right? I feel like something was done recently in a field, and maybe it was done in a field because far off, nobody saw it. I feel like there was some type of fire, okay, that was going. And yes, it was stuck on the table too. I don't know if you saw that, but like I couldn't get it off there. I'm gonna end this right here. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this energy right now because I don't need to go any farther. All you need to know was that there was some type of sacrifice made on behalf of really trying to hurt you because of your mission. Okay, you had to do something that involved work that exploited somebody, and they didn't like that, so they tried to counter attack you. And the thing is like great, okay, you tried to counter attack, well, okay, you tried to get me back, but it didn't work. Okay, because it's your mission. They think you're just coming to hurt them, or you're picking on them, you're a bully. No, this was work. They might be a bully just themselves in the way that they treat everybody, that they think because karma's coming back around that people are bullying them. No, they're getting what they gave, and that was a lot of bullshit. Okay, so they're going to get a lot of bullshit, and they're not going to like that. Okay, and guess what? Who gives a flying fuck? You didn't like anything that they did, and you didn't say anything. Okay, you were still going along for the ride because everybody takes hits, everybody takes punches, but they can't take a single hit, can't single fucking punch. Like, give me a break. It's not that they can't, they don't want to, and they've had somebody in their life taking the punches for them. But you know what I just heard? Whoever's been taking the punches for them can't go to jail for them. Okay, that's the thing. When justice serves, they can't just put somebody who cares about them in front of the judge and says, oh, this person's going to pay my penance for me. This person's going to go to jail for me. No. You're going to go to jail for what you did, okay? Unless you're, super fucking fancy and you got a bunch of clones out there that, your clone goes to jail. But if you're just a regular person in the regular world, then no, you will have to go to jail and nobody is going to do it for you. Okay? What's going on, everybody? Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for holding it down in the chat there, Renee. Renee likes to put a lot of timestamps down just to verify what I am saying. So give it up to her right now for being active in that chat. Whew, I am hotter than a motherfucker right now. All right. Okay. All right. Let's pull up another reading. Let's see what happens in another reading. Okay. Here we go. Send those telepathic questions in. Whoa. I just bent this card, man. It's the addiction card. I bent it. I mean, I put it back, but it's still a little bit warped. Okay, it's still a little warped. We have the Grim Reaper, we have Ascending, we have Addiction, and we have Lightning. Oh, I'm getting this song right now called Capable. I lick a ring around this cell so that it burns all night. And I pass around that Philly so we can all get high. And my heart never knew, I never had a clue that you were capable of love, that you were capable of love. And okay, this song is about a girl who is just massively addicted to releasing her pain through drugs and alcohol. And this guy can really do nothing but sit back and watch this girl throw her life down the drain. And the only thing he can really do is talk about it. And then she ends up kind of being the topic of discussion for most of the time. And I feel like you possibly have somebody talking about you. And this person is an ex, okay? And you could have, I was actually thinking about my ex-boyfriend the other day. And when he got sober, I didn't even know he was addicted to like so many things. Crack, heroin, he shot needles, he was like basically high all day. I didn't even know. And up and down, fucking drinking and then disappearing for hours. And then, it was awful. And I was thinking about him the other day because when we ended up getting back together a long time ago, he was over a living house. And, he had to be home every night at like 8:00 and he had house chores. And, he had gotten sober and went to rehab so many times. Okay, that it was just like his mom was just used to it at this point in time. He was like 27 and his mom, he didn't have his license, obviously. His mom drove him around everywhere if I wasn't driving around somewhere, right? And then once I was thinking about that sober living house. And I think I was thinking about it because I was in that town recently. I drove by that street and I was like, that's a fucking house that Hayes was in. Like I didn't go in the house because you're not allowed to go in the house, obviously. You have to get like special permission and all this shit. And because, it's people gotta, it's straighten up, get your shit together, fucking get a job, get sober. You can't bring your shit here. Okay. So I don't know. I'm getting that. Maybe you had an ex that had to be in a sober living house, went in and out of rehab or something like that, because with this addiction and this, no second chances, okay, literally no second chances. I'm thinking that you literally probably told this person, you ain't never coming back. Like, I'm not ever going to let you back in my house again. Okay. And, I have this cousin who was so addicted to heroin and he lost his kid and he was staying with my cousin, and my cousin was so nice to let him stay at their house with her daughter and her boyfriend, and he stayed there for a couple of weeks. Like, it was actually going very well. And then they got home from work one night and the safe was open. No idea how he found the safe, and he stole $20,000 from my cousin's boyfriend. Okay. Oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe it. And it was cash. Okay, so he didn't have any way of getting that money back, like you can't claim cash, like unless it's in the bank and they know that that's what it is. He had he was a roofer. He owned a company. Of course, he accumulated cash over the years. And my cousin found that fucking safe, broke into it with his crackhead friends, robbed my fucking cousin blind, and left. Okay, and all my whole family threw him out. Nobody would open up the door, and it's like you wonder why nobody wanted to open up the door. You wonder why nobody wanted to take that, because in one split second he gets that hankering, okay, to go and fucking get another hit, and you're fucked. Anything that's in that house is gonna be taken. Like in this house where I live right now, we don't have electronics. Okay, we don't have TVs, we don't have VCRs, we don't have DVD players, we don't have radios. Okay, we have very small electronics that we keep hidden. Okay, because we've been broken into many times, and there's just no point in having a big screen TV. There's no point in having all these flashy fucking, oh yeah, what's that Slaying song, 50-inch screen TV in the ghetto? Like, no, okay, no, because I mean, are you going to be smart or are you going to be stupid? Okay, and I'm not saying to be stupid is to buy yourself nice things and get broken into, but just realize where you are. Okay, so you might have had somebody that lived in a shitty place at the time when you dated them, so they didn't really have nice stuff. Okay, and you might have judged them for that, being like, they don't even have this, they don't have that. Maybe they couldn't have that, right? Maybe, I mean, I dated this one guy, okay, this one time, I knew him for years. Very battered soul, okay, on and off suicide, depression. I went over to his house one day, and motherfucker didn't even have a comfort. He didn't even have blankets, okay? And do you think I judged him for that? Absolutely not. I knew he ran. I knew he ran away from his mom. I knew that something was going on, and I knew he was fucked. Okay, and I didn't judge him for that. And the next time I came over, he had bought this full piece fucking bed set and all this comforters and shit. And I was like, buddy, look at your bed. Like, you did, this was like early 20s, you know, like, look what you did. Like, awesome, you got a fucking bed. Like, you know, like, now it's gonna be more comfortable for you. You're not sleeping with towels anymore. Okay, like, you're right, like some, like, and the reason why he had such shitty stuff was because his fucking roommate was a psycho. Okay, ripped up his shit, took his fucking pillows, took his comforters, took his blankets, took his towels, took shit. So the motherfucker never had anything. Like, okay, but all I knew in that moment was somebody wanted me to judge him so bad for the situation that he was in. And I was like, what? Because I've got a little bit of nicer stuff, which I only got mainly from, like, you know, hand-me-downs and people passing me down shit and, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, how am I going to say that I've got such a better life because I bought things? Like, really? He goes to work every day, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, but sometimes we judge. But sometimes in those moments of judgment, we're judging it to protect ourselves because that person is not able to be in our life yet. So, like, if you have judged somebody in the past, or if you have, you know, not really treaded lightly on somebody and been maybe a little too pushy or something, it was because they were going to get there eventually. It just wasn't right then. So they wanted you to help train them. Okay. They wanted your rejection. Okay. They needed it. It's not maybe that they wanted it, but they needed it. So then they could grow. So then they could get better. So then they could get nicer sheets, right? Sometimes you need judgment. Okay. As you can use it as almost like constructive criticism. You know, it's not to hurt you, but it's, you can do better than this. And I know you want to do better than this. So let's get you better than this. Right. And that's the thing is now I'm thinking of, you know, Jelly Wolf. I always call him Jelly Wolf. I don't know why. I don't know if he's like part wolf, but Jelly Roll, I was listening. He gives the most genuine interviews in the entire world. And I was listening to him talk about, because everybody always wonders about Bunny, his wife, and if she's a gold digger and all this shit. Bunny, ironically, was the one who had the money in the beginning. She was this like high paid escort. She made a lot of fucking money. Okay. She put her fucking money where her pussy was, and she fucking knew her pussy was made of gold. So she fucking built that. She built an empire on that. So when she met Jelly had nothing. He was like living in a truck. His daughter just been taken. Okay. He had no apartment. He had nothing. He had no money. And she was like, all right, let's get your kids back. And she started helping him. And it's, people say you need money. No one's going to date you if you don't have money, if you don't have credit, if you don't have this. If somebody doesn't see that you're more than something, even at your worst, then they're not meant for you. Okay. Sometimes you see so much in somebody at their worst that you have to walk away knowing if you don't, they're never going to get better. right? That's the thing, is that there's decisions that we make sometimes with people in our past because we cannot carry that burden for them. If they don't want to drop it, we can't do it. We can't carry it for them. That's not fair. If you can't put your shit down, if you don't know how to not drink tonight, I can't be your mommy. I can't tell you to stay in. I can't get mad at you, right? Like, what the fuck? And then we all end up, battering ourselves because our spouses don't turn out the way that we want them to turn out, when it's like, bitch, they were never perfect to begin with. You enabled them, and sometimes we're so beat up yourself that you were willing to take something that you knew you were better than just because you could see something better in them. But unless they're willing to get to that better state, they ain't gonna do it just because you told them to. Okay, unless they want a mommy and a daddy telling them what to do every day, telling them when to come home, putting a meal on for them, right? If they want a mommy and daddy, they'll get it. But if they want a true mate that's independent, that is doing their own thing, hey, we're going to meet up tonight around 7. Cool. You go that way, I go this way. If that can't be, because everybody's relationship is different. Okay, so they might have been so codependent before that they literally made you keep them in on a Friday night. You stopped them from going out with their friends. But then at the end, you became the punching bag. Oh, yeah, the boss won't let me come out. Oh, yeah, the old ball and chain says I can't come out. Oh, so now you're going to lie to all your friends and say that your girlfriend won't let you come out? Then the girlfriend ends up being the asshole. And then the boyfriend usually knows it. Oh, well, you're going to take the hit on this, and you're going to take the hit on this. And you're like, fuck you. You're not going to keep putting me in the punching bag of your friends, acting like I won't let you go out when you're the one that can't control yourself when you go out. Okay, so there might have been this big thing that happened all the time, and they used you as their sobriety coach or their therapist or, their sober home living rules. And that puts so much stress in the relationship that you're like, what the fuck, man? I can't do this. And like, sometimes, honestly, don't be afraid to put other people's burdens down. Don't be afraid to tell somebody, listen, I'm going to pick up the phone, but when I can pick up the phone, right? Don't be scared to put your boundaries out there with people, to say, like, you can't be calling me all night. If you need somewhere to go, you can fucking live in my garage. Like, you can't come in my house. You can't be walking up in here acting like you own shit. You can't bring your fucking friends around. Like, if you don't make house rules, if you don't make rules for yourself, then people are going to walk all over you. It's going to be like a free-for-all. Okay? And maybe this was a fucking free-for-all in the past. Right? Maybe it was because their addiction was so bad that they used you as the punching bag. They used you as the excuse. They used you as the ball and chain. They used you as a fucking paycheck holder. Okay. They used you as a fucking house, as a roof over their head, as a drive to work. Okay. We have these relationships sometimes that we think these people love us so much, and they're using us. That's all they're doing. Okay. Because they need a ride to work. They need somewhere to live. And sometimes, if you are 1000% true to yourself, you will know those relationships and be like, yeah, I know what I was doing. I'm not dumb. I knew that he was using me, but guess what? I was using him too. Okay. Or I knew she was using me, but I didn't have anything else to do. What am I supposed to do? I didn't have any life, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it could have been something like that, where you knew that this person was using you. And like, I can't say for sure that like, oh yeah, take this person back, they're going to be like the best thing in the whole world. I don't really know. Girl with a snake. And there's boundaries right there. It says it right in the card. Enable boundaries. Okay. So this is some type of narcissist that you were dealing with, that unless you put walls up, boundaries up, they're going to walk all over you again. Okay. So there's the chaser in reverse. Fear of abandonment issues. Obviously, this person had a fear of abandonment. Okay. Or maybe you had fear of abandonment, knowing that they were the wrong person, but you didn't want to be alone, or, okay, something like that. And then there's unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So whatever it is, you're showing this person how to attract in your life, like how to love yourself, how to become one with yourself, how to give unconditional love without needing to have it given back immediately. Okay. Obviously somebody is learning from you, or they have, come to the hard realization that their entitled, pain-inflicted life you know, it didn't revolve around your life. Okay? Like, they weren't, you know, the only thing. And maybe they're not used to people denying them help. Maybe they're not used to people walking away from them. And maybe because you did, it struck like a nerve in them. Okay, like they might even be with somebody right now, but it doesn't mean that they're not trying to make the steps to come towards you. Okay, so there's talking. This person might reach out. And like I said, they might reach out and tell you that they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay, because I think they don't know what you're going to do. They don't know how you're going to react. And it's like, so you call me up where is this bitch? Where is this guy? Like, where are you calling me from? You know, because another thing is like, I hope to fuck they don't use you as the excuse for breaking up with them. I really hope they don't, because then that just means that they are really wanting to swap to go from one partner to the next, so then they don't have to be alone. Okay, so with girl talk in reverse, okay, I'm thinking once this conversation starts, it might not end the way that they think it's going to. Okay, and you might end up slamming the fucking phone down and being like, unless you're single, don't fucking call me. Like, you know, like how would that make you feel if like your boyfriend or girlfriend was out there calling their ex, right? Wanting to see if they'll get back together, you know, while you're at work. It's like, how would you feel about that? Like that's sometimes like, yes, you do have to think about yourself, but also don't play dirty. You know, because that's easy. Playing dirty is easy. That's the easy way out. Playing by the rules would mean that this person needs to make a decision on, are they going to continue their relationship, or are they going to break that off and pursue what they truly want? There's no fucking around with you. NFA. They think they can fuck around, but that's not going to be the case. And think about that. What goes around comes around. Okay, don't just accept somebody. Okay, if this makes sense, don't just accept somebody because they call you. Okay, and you've been single for a while and you think, well, this is your moment to get married. This is your moment. Okay, you have to now take somebody else's boyfriend or girlfriend in order to have your moment. That is not the right moment. Okay, that's not what Spirit is talking about. Okay, we don't take things from other people, okay, unless they are, you know, being given to us. And even still, how would you feel if something was stolen from somebody else and given to you? That's fucked up. Okay, so again, like, think about if you don't want that to happen to you, then don't do it to somebody else, because they have the ability to make the clean slate and move forward with the right head on their shoulders, that they're making the right decision, that they can be sober and single to be in your life. They can't just be sober and still attached to somebody to be in your life. That doesn't sense. I mean, take it how it resonates, obviously, but just know that, this is going on in the ether. All right. Oh, good. Harvey's so good. Good old Harvey. I just got Harvey dead. Now I want to watch Batman. Okay. I'm going to smoke a little Kiefer Reefer here. Just mind me for 1 second, okay, everybody? Oh, I got this weed today. It's called Strawberry Amnesia. It's a nice, light sativa. I got my ass kicked by this last ounce that I bought of weed. Oh my God. It was like 45% THC. I'm like, for one. I don't even know what that means. Like, it fucked me up so bad. I got a 25%er today. Like, what is with this weed, man? It's not weed. I don't know what Canada's doing with their weed, but Jesus Christ. It's like made from steroids. I'm getting the song in my head right now. I've been thinking about blowing my life away. I know you gotta check your messages anyway. I wish you just said anything. This song is called Teddy Bear by Highly Suspect. It's featuring somebody else. I don't know, maybe somebody's been suicidal lately? I've been something I've been needing to say. I wish you'd just say anything. I want to be your teddy bear. Okay, first one down, we got elk, the letter Z, protection, shield, defense, connection with the gods. Okay. Second one, the letter W, joy, harmony, prosperity, fellowship. Okay. I've been thinking about blowing my life away. I know you gotta check your messages anyway. And then the letter K, torch, awakening, growth, opening, illumination, vision. Wow. Harmony. Maybe you're finally going to get some protection on your life. It's like spirits passing you the torch. And then once you have the torch, then you become part of the fellowship. Maybe you're becoming like a guardian. You know what I just got? What's that movie? The Guardian? The Guardians? The Guardians. And they call Jack Frost to become a guardian. Wow. Like, this is like, I feel like this is some high shit. Like, this is like higher than, you know, maybe that's why I just had to get high. I love you, spirit. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Tell me what up, spirit. The Tower? No way. Tower, first card down, with the 10 of Swords. That's a bad ending. That's a prickly bitch. That's not okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about throwing my life away. With the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. What? And the Tower? Give me a fucking break. Oh, that's like 3 endings right there. Boom, boom, boom. And the Wheel of Fortune? That's another 10. That's another 10. Well, I mean, the Tower's not a 10. Okay, it's 14. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. 16. Is it 16? I think that's 16. Yeah, 16. Number 16, the Tower. Okay, but we got 3 10s. Okay, then we have the Lovers, the Hangman, and Strength. That is all major arcana minus the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Jesus Christ. This is fucked. It kind of seems like someone's been hanging in limbo here a little bit. Like, not really knowing how they're all going to turn out. It kind of seems like, you know what? Now, okay, let me check my tongue for a second here. I think you are against these Lovers. I think these Lovers, and it's you. I think you're here, okay, hanging out, Hangman, and then there's these people, okay? And these people might have been the people that said you got to go into the Tower, and you couldn't come out of the Tower, okay? And so you had to hang out in the Tower all by yourself. Okay, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Like, that just doesn't seem right. That just, all the candles are out. Like, that just, everything's blown out. Everything's fucked. Like, that's not right. That's not right. They leave it in the Tower and they're not even turning the lights on for you? Like, what the fuck did you do? Turns out, I don't know. Let's see. What's coming after Justice? Eight of Wands in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. They want to stop an abundance coming in for you. So that's what they're hoping to do. If you stay trapped in the Tower, then you can only get swords and fire. That's it. You can't get anything else. They're not going to let you get anything else in that Tower. They want to stop you from getting the 7 of Pentacles. And the thing is that the 7 of Pentacles is something that you would grow yourself. Nine of Cups in reverse. Like, they took your fucking wishes away. It's like they held all your, like, if you, okay, basically the analogy would be they have not given you any Christmas presents for like the last 7 years. Something like that. They haven't given you anything. Okay? They're trying to stop you. Like, if you have literally stopped believing in Christmas, stopped giving gifts, stopped exchanging anything, it's because of these Lovers. Every time you give something, they take it and that's it. They do not want anybody giving you anything back. Okay, so you're allowed to give, but they're going to stop everything from coming in that Tower. And like, I swear that's why I'm getting that song. There was this one of these I Survives that I watched, and this couple got left in the forest, and literally the only thing, like, this girl suffered from depression on and off, and the only thing that kept her going was knowing that she had a knife and she could kill herself to get herself out of it at any point in time. Okay, So put it that way, like if you have been suicidal, it's because that's the only thing you can control is your life and death. Okay, so you can control if you're here or not, but that's it. That's the only thing you've had control of is the knife on your skin. Which is why they made sure you had 10 knives. The only thing that you could use to die. And then fire, you could burn yourself. Because the water would have kept you alive. The air would have promoted that life. Okay? No, sorry. Pentacles would have promoted that life. It would have given you something to sustain you, to, you know, give you vitality, allow you to grow something, ingest, you know, have nutrition. They starved you, okay, of food, and then starved you of love and made you face the truth behind your back and gave you rage. Because without fire, if you don't have water, without water, it's all fire, and that's it. Fire with air, and that's just going to make that fire get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, when the water would have helped put it out. Wow. So these lovers are just like acting like God, I guess. You're God. High Priestess in reverse with the Two of Pentacles. They kept these pentacles for themselves, a pentacle each. And High Priestess in reverse makes me feel like, you know, they were told to do this by a very nasty entity. They are not High Priestess connected to their soul, to their spirits, to their guides. They're connected to this lover that wants to end your life. So what I'm getting is this has been like a case, like an open case in the spiritual world. And now it's like with the wheel, you know those cold case files? It's really weird that we're in blue because I feel cold case files, you know, I feel like this is a cold case file, like your abuse was just left, you know, like the file was just, it wasn't picked up, and it was, nobody could figure out what was going on with you. It seemed like conspiracy after conspiracy, so they just put your case away. They had to move on. Okay, there were other people waiting, and now it kind of seems like just kind of out of the blue, now your case gets opened again. You know, like with justice, it's like somebody just, you know, you had a bunch of retirees come back, or, you know, the police department got a big donation and they could hire all these people to reopen up these cases, and boom, somebody was like, oof, this looks like a heavy duty case, and opened it. Whereas maybe some other people would have been like, oh, that seems like a big case. That seems like it's a little too complicated. I don't really want to get into that. You got somebody that was like, yeah, let's get into it. I want to read that bitch. I want to know what happened, right? Like you hear those stories about cops that want to challenge, right? And it seems like a lot of these I survived, okay, are people that are like, I wanted to challenge. I want to challenge myself. I wanted to challenge. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, okay? You want to challenge, you better be, you know, sometimes it's okay to take the slow lane, all right? You don't got to take the high, tough, black trail. Just do the bunny hills, okay? Like, honestly, I mean, somebody just, and then up these lovers went up the mountain, and they did the hardest fucking trail, and they didn't know that you were up there hanging out. Hey, by the way, this is where I live. Oh, did you just come around with your little skis thinking that you could jump this fucking cannon? Idiots. 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 Idiot. Idiot. Idiot, idiot, idiot. That's all I can, that's all I can, like, that's it. That's all I can hear. Stupidity leak doesn't even mark the territory on how dumb some people truly are. And you know what? Let's not say that they're dumb. Let's just say that they are information deprived. And they hear all the answers. They get the answers just like anybody else does, but they ignore them. And then they think, I'm too good for that answer. I'm too good for that. That can't be it. Yeah, right. Obviously, you didn't get a whiff of that sock, okay? Like, my God. People. Okay, I'm going to do one more reading. 106.30. I am super stoked right now. I've been having this back problem like a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure it's black magic or some shit like that. Anyways, I've been working on my back for like a week, 2 weeks or something like that. I got these gummies today, my CBD gummies, but you know, I live in a small town and they all get from the same dispensary. So I've been buying the same CBD gummies for like a month, 2 months now. And I'm like, I can't buy them. Obviously, they're not working for me anymore. So I got these new gummies today that have CBD in them, but they also have THC in them and CBN, which helps with joint pain. Like, I'm not high at all, okay? Like, that's not what they do. It's just strictly for your body. I feel great. Like, my back is bothering me, obviously, but I mean, I have pain 24/7 because my scoliosis. But pain doesn't really bother me because I'm so used to it by now. I've had pain my whole life, so I don't let pain bother me, like, because it's just awful in general. So I don't let it, take my day away. So I'm just enjoying this. All right, I'm enjoying this. And you know that song just came in my head as I'm telling you my little rants about who I am. I just got this song in my head called Passive by A Perfect Circle. My perfect enemy. Wake up and face me. Don't play dead. Or maybe someday I'll walk away and say, you disappointment, maybe you're better off this way. So, okay, seems like the next reading is something to do with somebody being super, super possibly like passive aggressive with you or something. And it's like, okay, yeah, keep doing it. But one day you might just wake up and I'm not going to be here. There's nature. The crows are squawking. See, distancing yourself from the crowd. Getting into nature, stepping into nature. Get the fuck out of the city. Okay? Maybe there's direction in reverse. Maybe you don't know where to go. Preparation in reverse as well. Maybe you're about to... Okay, you know what? This is great. Maybe you're about to move and you don't even know it. And this is the thing. Is like, it's an analogy, so take it if it resonates. There's also, in this card, there's one of those, it's not a cruise ship. It's not a barge, a ferry. There's a ferry here. Okay, so, and it's the ocean. So, and then this crow's bringing in a seashell, and they're collecting the seashells. Looks like there's a storm coming. There's all these fucking clouds everywhere, and... Okay, and then direction in reverse makes me think like maybe you don't know where to go. Maybe you don't know which direction to go in, but you know you're going to go somewhere. So maybe, okay, if you're starting to get some type of preparation, like maybe you are cleaning a lot, maybe you're finding a lot of like storage bins, or maybe you're taking a lot to the Goodwills or something. It could be preparing you because you are about to move, and you know how awful moving is. Like, you have to clean so much. Okay, maybe you're just like randomly getting rid of like old shampoo bottles and all that stuff under your sinks and stuff, that all that little empty, like, well, what if we run out? I'll use this, all those little bottles. Maybe you're starting to like throw those bottles out and shit. That could be because of this. And like, if you are moving, possibly it could be outside of the city now. Maybe you live in the city and you're going to be outside of the city. Maybe not that far because I can still see the city, but you're not in the city. There's survival. Maybe this is based on your survival. Wow, I just dropped that. Maybe this could be, maybe you have to get out of the city in order to survive. Maybe the city, the concrete, it could be killing somebody. You know, like, oh, I knew this man who had to move away from the city. And because where he was living, it was starting to become like a little metropolitan fucking city, you know, and it just wasn't equipped for that. There's not enough roads. There's not enough space for all these cars and all these people at a certain time. And he just couldn't deal with it anymore. He literally gave up his business and moved to the woods to do his business at home because that city, everybody is so angry. Okay, there is fucking rush hour and people are just mad, okay? And it's because they want to get home and they can't get home because everybody else wants to get home, right? And that itself, like I had this one boyfriend I dated in the past, and let me tell you, oh my God, this guy, we lived like about maybe an hour outside of the city, and he had to take the highway to work every fucking day to just outside of the city. And on a like honestly, on a normal day, like if you just went on a normal day at the right time, it took like a half an hour to get there, 40 minutes maybe tops. But in rush hour, oh my God, this man. And then he would start work at like 7 a.m. He had the most laboring job in the entire world. Okay, this guy was like a monkey crawler. He literally crawled trees all day long for like the shittiest pay ever. Okay, and then he would have to get in his car and drive home. And what sucked was right beside his work was the toll highway. And we were broke. Okay, well, he was broke. I had money. Obviously, I was a bartender and like didn't have any kids or any responsibility. So like I was loaded. Okay, he was broke. He had all these pets and a shitty job that he worked 50 hours a week at. I worked like 20 hours and made 3/4 way more than he did. It was so sad. It was so sad. So he would take that toll highway and I couldn't blame him. I'd be like, honestly, the toll highway would take a half an hour. He jumped on that highway and like the main highway, it would take him over an hour. And he had a standard. So not only was he sitting in traffic, but he was sitting in traffic with a standard. Okay, you know that your fucking legs are exhausted. Okay, because you're just pushing that clutch and it's like exhausting. So he would take that toll highway, and I remember him being like, he got this bill that was like $700. By the end of the year, it was like $700, and he was broke. He had nothing to pay. He was not prepared for that at all, but he had to take that highway literally for his survival. If he didn't, he was miserable. By the time he got home, he was exhausted, and he was already exhausted from the work that he had to do. Okay. And honestly, I know that he did something good in his life, because by the time we broke up, it was just a couple years after we broke up, the side business that he was doing with his friend, he was actually able to ditch that job altogether and go solo and work with his friend. And I was really proud of him because, you know, I knew he did something good too in our relationship, because there was a point where suddenly he got this job and he was able to stay in town and he didn't have to drive all the way to Toronto. And I was like, man, like sometimes you don't see the sunny side up on things. You know, you don't realize when the universe is just giving you, you know, a ticket to just fucking chill out for a bit, and just you work really fucking hard, and we can't help the routes we have to take to work and how dangerous it is to get a paycheck, and we all need fucking money, we all need to survive, but we all need to survive in a way that we don't lose our fucking mental. Like if you go mentally insane, that's it. Like your whole fucking mission is done. It's over with. You're gonna shut down. And if you can't do that, then you have to learn where to sacrifice the money so then you survive, right? So then you get yourself somewhere outside of the crowd, because like if you can see in this card, see all those motherfuckers back there, okay, where the city, with all the commotion. See where this guy is out here all by himself? Sometimes we need that. You know, we can't be here all the time doing this. If we don't get this, we die. Okay? And it's not, dying is different to everybody, because sometimes going and doing a 40-hour-a-week job in the city is death to some people. Okay, they would rather bust their ass with 3 different jobs in the city or you know, in the town that they live in than ever vouch out of that for more money, because with more money comes more problems, comes more fight for survival, becomes more threats, more scams. Okay? So maybe you don't know where you want to go yet, but you know you want to go. Okay, there's anomaly. And I like that, because anomaly with teamwork, maybe you don't realize where you could go, like what you could become, because it is going to be a team that possibly you stand out from the crowd. Okay, you're not somebody that fits in with people very well. Even though people adore you, people love you, they want to be around you all the time, it doesn't mean in your heart you feel like you fit in. Okay, so there might be this new stroke of luck, okay, because you choose to live as opposed to die, or become the robot, or become like everybody else, because you're not like everybody else and you do stand out. Okay, so use that to your advantage, that there might be, maybe this is a new job. Okay, maybe you're going to think outside the box on something and be like, you know, I know that I went to school to do this, and I know that I've been really trying hard to do this, but I'm just going to go off and do something. I'm going to go off and do something else. There's this job post, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go out. I'm going to see, you know, like, you just never know what could be available to you. I once tried to become a bus driver, and I really thought like Spirit wanted me to be that bus driver. And I was like, I'm going to be the best fucking bus driver ever. Like, I'm going to decorate my bus, and I'm going to make sure the kids know that, like, I'm going to get to know their names, and I'm going to put their names on their little seats. And I'm going to, you know, like, I'm just going to be an awesome bus driver. And then I did all my shit, got my interview, and had it with a man. Obviously, man was totally fine with me, as men usually are. And then I got into the process with a woman, and then all of a sudden I wasn't qualified for the job. And I was like, huh. So the man said that I was fine, but now your little pussy, blood clot, fucking asshole, bitch, feminine energy tells me that I'm not. I can't do it. Okay, so there is this thing, like, you know, if you branch out, you might not get every door open for you, but yes, see resistance. I knew it. I had a feeling. You know, Spirit works in miraculous ways. There might be some type of resistance. Okay, you might not get the first okay or yes, we're totally bringing you on, but keep going. Okay, there's luck. I can't lie. Honestly, keep going. Okay, keep trying, because resistance is just sometimes natural. Sometimes it helps you get the eye of the tiger, you know, the fight and the, right? Sometimes you have to try and then try and then try a little fucking harder. And then just when you think, I'm going to give up, this isn't my path, I'm not doing it, boom, that's when it happens. Okay, because you do have to get tested. You know, best believe we're getting tested all the time. We can't avoid them. It's test after test after test. Maybe you stop getting tested once you die? Okay, I don't really know. But just because you're not in school, it doesn't mean this fucking universe ain't testing your ass. Okay, which is the resistance. That's a test. Okay, and sometimes, even though you might be perfect for the job, resistance, boom, slam door. They don't want you. They've had a bad day that day. They're PMSing. They don't like women. They don't like blonde hair, blue-eyed dudes, okay? Sometimes it just has nothing to do with us. We just have to keep going. Okay, and the fight is in the dog, you know, like it's not about the fucking size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Okay, remember that. Okay, I can hear barking now. We all got a dog in the heart, or whatever your soul animal is. Okay, and that dog's gonna bark, and it's gonna fight, and it's gonna attack, and it's gonna keep going because all it knows how to do is survive. Okay, and you know, there's that movie the next 3 days, and Russell Crowe is trying to figure out a way to get his wife out of jail because he knows his wife did not commit this horrible crime. And he was talking to Liam Neeson in the movie, who in the movie has escaped multiple penitentiaries. And Liam goes, you have to be prepared to push an old lady. Oh, okay. Let's not say old lady, but you have to be prepared to push a kid out of the way. You know, you have to be prepared to run at red lights. Sometimes you have to be prepared to put your ass on the line for a second and say, fuck everybody else. It's not that you're trying to hurt anybody. You're not trying to, you know, in any way disrespect anybody, or, you know, you have to survive. If you don't, that's it. Ain't nobody going to be carrying your dead carcass around going, he survived still. Don't worry. I've got him in my arms. No. Okay. Once this is done for you, it's done. Okay. And if so many people are passing you and lapping you and pushing you out of the way, you got to stand up for yourself and start pushing those motherfuckers out of the way. Right? Because, I mean, you ever wanted to get the front of a mosh pit, you know, you put your head down and you run. That's all you're doing. Okay, you put your head down in the crowd and you fucking run. You don't care. My sister would never do it. We went to so many concerts and she'd be like, okay, lead the way. And what she would do, she would usually she would just grab my shirt. Okay. We would never do the hands because I needed my hands, right? She would grab my shirt and I would take off and just go right in the middle of a crowd. I knew how to do it every time. I didn't care. It was, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. And you don't care if anybody gets mad, because by the time they get mad, you're already like 5 more people in front of them. What are they going to do? Okay, so it's fucking put your head down and go for the stage. And that's all you can do. You know, like sometimes people get hurt. Sometimes people can be like, you hit me. Okay, not personal, bitch. Get out of the fucking way. I told you I was coming. Okay, so that's the thing. It's like, don't let some of these little prissy ass bitches be like, oh my God, you hurt me. Oh my God, you hurt me. Who gives a fuck? People get hurt in the aftermath sometimes. Okay, people get hit by waves. Is the ocean apologizing to anything? No. Okay, so just honestly, as Canadians, we fucking apologize for everything. Like, I apologize just for accidentally walking in front of somebody who's looking at something on a shelf. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. All I'm doing is apologizing all day long. And I'm like, Whitney, okay, I get it. It doesn't really mean anything. But, like, you don't have to apologize all the time. Okay? Like, just not all the time. Like, at least I use it properly. Because people who say I'm sorry after they actually hurt you, you know they don't mean it. Sorry is for when you push somebody out of the way by accident. That's the real definition of sorry. People who use sorry as an excuse, motherfuckers, don't let them do it. Anyways, I gotta peace out. I gotta be somewhere. So thanks for watching this. What time is it? Woo, yeah, 7-Eleven. I got to go. Thank you. Hey, look at 7-Eleven. We just said the same thing. But you said 9-11. But, you know, I don't, Commonwealth. I thought that said 7, but it said 9-11. But, you know. Anyways, thanks, Renee. Thanks for Divine Gem 333. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I think we had a few little stunts come through as we were going. Oh, look, they went away pretty quick, eh? Man, I swear there is just somebody who comes into my chat, and then if I don't talk to them, they like start appearing as all these different names. I have this one guy on my Instagram that's like blonde, like gray-haired old man who says he's 42, and I'm like, I don't think he just keeps changing his name with the same picture to try to talk to me. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you. You try a different picture. Oh, so lonely. People are so lonely out there. So, you know, I feel very happy that I can do this. because I'm not really lonely, but I love talking to my people. You know what I mean? So thank you for your telepathic questions. I really hope it resonated for everybody, okay? And personal reasons, I have been doing a heck of a lot of those recently. So thank you for everybody who's gotten one recently, all right? whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Hit me up. And also my Instagram is there as well. You can talk to me on there if you wish, okay? And just thank everybody so much, all right? Thank you so darn tootin' much for everything that you do. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you send the videos out if they resonate to people. And word to your mothers, all right? Thank you for liking this. That means the world. You know, it's really important to like the videos so then YouTube knows that people like us. I don't know why they need to know, but just a confirmation, okay? So thank you, and good evening, good night, and good day.